The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended for mature audiences.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the men's room. Proudly presents Kyle Did Not Do Nothing Wrong. How's everybody doing tonight? With me, as always, is my boy, Flufferboy2004 at yahoo.com.
I have no idea how that is up there. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. Hey, that's okay, because mine says 4 doors, more horse.
Why'd you get the good one?
Actual, TikTok. Superfan, pop, Adam Shawhan.
What's up?
And last but not least, we haven't seen him for a hot minute. The Prime Mover. America. Well, those are some sweet cats.
I think he had a heart attack after seeing the new introduction.
Yeah, it tickled his fancies.
It's just, it's all.
So, yeah, that was a pretty epic beginning, right?
Oh yeah,
dude. So, not guilty on all counts. What's up?
America Let this be the turning point. Can next week we get rid of
Wookiee supremacy? It's a great day for freedom, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
America. It
Pop
did feel
tops
like a
for
win.
Kyle, baby.
It did feel like a win, though, didn't it?
Pop tops for Kyle.
So I'm thinking maybe not for trick or treating. I'm not gonna have the AR-15, but I'm gonna get some rubber gloves, a green shirt, a white hat, and blue jeans, and wear it for Halloween.
Dude, I legit wanted to. Prime Mover just said, "Did you mute my mic, Seth?" Yeah, but I unmuted it. He should be.
Should be good.
He should be good now.
We're all muted at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got one for you guys. I got one for you guys real quick before we get into it. Why do girls scratch their eyes?
I don't know.
In the morning. Tommy?
I don't know.
Because they got no nuts to scratch. Dun, 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 dun.
Tommy, I had thought about doing the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing for Halloween this year, but I was gonna do I was gonna use a Nerf gun.
Okay, you be Kyle Rittenhouse, I'll be the judge.
Oh, that judge was awful.
Schroeder. That was cool. That was good. And you can and Adam can be Binger, and you can tell him to quit.
I'll play Nick from Raquetta Law. That's good.
That dude was awesome. He had some impeccable coverage.
Oh, I loved it, dude. I loved it. I'd been watching it pre you mentioning something to it because I've known Nick, for 5-6 years. I actually talked with him about doing one of my cases a while back. I met him from the DJD show, which is one of the guys from back in the day.
Hollywood wants to make some money, they should make a Kyle Rittenhouse movie.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like,
Tommy, I'm sorry. Before to cut, just
okay,
how many times has Hollywood done anything decent?
Oh, I'm not saying it would be decent, but I'm saying everybody would want to watch it right now.
It wouldn't be accurate. He just went around screaming the N-word at people.
Oh, I'm not saying it'd be accurate, but if they were smart, they would make it just because right now that's everybody's talking about.
Oh, well.
Well, here's the thing. We wouldn't even have had a case if it weren't for the fact that he had an AR-15. I guarantee you he was running around with any other kind of hunting rifle, 12 gauge, whatnot. I guarantee it would not have been as big of a deal as the fact that what they tried going through because he had an AR-15. They've been against AR-15s for, damn near a decade now.
So is Prime still with us? Or?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, cheers, brother. We can.
That was weird.
I am the liquor.
I got me a little George Wyndham Cabernet Sauvignon Bin 444. So I'm doing the wine action tonight.
Hey, man.
In celebration.
Hey, don't forget,
I'm
when in
surrounded.
doubt, pinky out.
Of course, always.
Bicep in.
Always. Cheers, my friend.
Oh, finally he comes.
Cheers.
That's what she said.
Good timing, old man.
She also asked you, old man, why she likes the rain? Because
She's fast enough for you, old man.
At least it gets her wet.
Yeah, we call me old man.
Got something to drink?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a toast. If anybody wants to make one after, I toast to a young guy that almost lost his life by saving his life, and luckily he didn't.
Well,
Salud.
see, all right. Cheers for Kyle, but realistically, cheers for the freedom to self-defense.
Yes.
All right, because that's really what this case was about.
Exactly.
To legally self-defend yourself.
True self-defense without a questionable doubt.
Right.
And again, I don't think this would have happened if he didn't have an AR. Well, okay.
Well,
let me backtrack that. Hold on.
Armed.
Let me backtrack that. This wouldn't have happened if the police were allowed to do the job that we pay them to do in the first place.
Exactly.
That's why the police are pissed, because he did what they could not do.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly, brother.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly, brother Prime.
Well, even if the cops approve what he did, they can't say nothing. They'll get fired.
Well, technically, though, the cops did kind of approve because the cops were riding around on that big Bearcat on that night, telling people, you know, here's some water, good job, yada yada yada. So the cops did kind of approve.
I got a problem.
I mean, they couldn't go on TV and say, I approve his actions.
I got a problem with one of the angles here that, of course, the leftist media continues to bring up. They have said that Kyle Rittenhouse was some white supremacist going around shooting black people.
Yeah, there wasn't even a
That's
black
not
people.
true.
No, that's the funny part.
What do they care about white on white violence?
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't give a shit.
They're just making it up. A couple of white boys out there taking out the trash.
But I mean, that's the thing that made that story so great. Because we know this. We know it wasn't, but they're trying to say it was.
But
black
the low
people.
IQ viewers aren't going to know that. They're going to still think that he crossed lines or whatever it's called. State lines with it. No, he didn't.
No,
I mean, everything can go line by line to debunk the horse shit that they were talking about.
I mean, I feel sorry for him because I mean, imagine being his agent going through that shit, guys.
I don't know. He's going to be set for life now.
Well, he should be able to sue the state,
well,
definitely.
He's not set for life right now.
No.
He will be set for life after he gets on the ball and starts on the lawsuits.
Yep. Yeah. Because you got to understand, Tommy, it's expensive to get an attorney, and the attorneys he got sucked because again they should have been, they should have been doing a lot.
Apparently Richardson was a criminal attorney, and he's really not used to winning cases.
A criminal defense attorney?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I got so many compliments.
People around me were asking me.
I'm glad you got so many compliments.
Thank you very much.
Who's that?
Hello, nurse. But yeah. But it felt like a win for America. So can we get the ball rolling and get this motherfucker spinning the right way again and get the people that did not win legally arrested and out of office, please?
Yeah.
Come through with the stuff from Arizona and all the other places with the stuff we were waiting on that we hear nothing about now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why isn't Gage Krushack or whatever the hell his name is getting arrested for carrying a weapon around?
Those were all dropped. His charges were all dropped.
So he could become a witness, correct?
Yep. No, if the district attorney is not arrested, because I want to know how many people he's done this to. How many people are sitting in Wisconsin jails because this guy was a douchebag and the judge didn't catch it?
Yep.
He needs to be arraigned. They need to do discovery and perhaps declare mistrials on everything he's prosecuted.
Yes.
Guilty or not, they may need to do that. It's better than 100 guilty men go free than a one innocent
one innocent man stay behind bars.
Yeah. Because he is. Yeah. But he's a George Soros funded DA.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of George Soros funded judges all over the place too, and it shows.
Brian,
piles of bricks were starting to show up several days ago just by magic and everything else.
Well, bro. I mean, I had a judge in the South Bend courthouse say that the Constitution had no place in his courtroom.
Hello, Brother Parrott.
Hey, Parrot. So yeah, and by the way, the new name is you can thank Eats Epiculian from the Place to Be Reviews, because after everybody found out about the babies one, he was live streaming and he called me Pop Pop, so I'm super fan Pop now. So I went with it. There's a
Pop Pop.
Was that?
What about Super Pop Pop?
So
is your cousin Corn Pop?
Or just drop the fan, drop one pop, and just be Super Pop at him.
It's always Superfan because that's what started it with World Class. So I thought it'd be fun, and again, this is a shout out to him because I'm always in his chats and on the shows here and there. So hell yeah, always fun with another person that you've also worked with on here. So I mean,
oh yeah,
we've had a lot of fun. But yeah,
hey, did you guys know that Kamala Harris is now our president?
For right now.
Yeah. Isn't that scary?
I'm surprised it ain't burnt to the ground yet.
I'm pretty worried.
They ain't making a big deal about it right now. Because nobody likes her.
Oh.
Well, maybe we're lucky and she's just crawling around. Oh, did I say that out loud? Because she's used to being on her knees. Oh, did I say that out loud?
It's a proof you can blow your way to the top.
Oh,
and she can win.
Did Prime just drop?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Brian,
I was really looking forward to chatting with him. What?
Didn't they used to say that cheaters never prospered? Bullshit. In 2020.
Yeah, that was always false.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's always the karma people.
You can cheat as long as you don't get caught.
Well,
when
always
they make
cheat.
The Biden library, is all the books going to be scratch and sniff?
There'll be children's books too.
So Seth might know this because he's just recently had a child, but I didn't know this. And Tommy, this one's going to go with you too. But apparently, there is a whooping cough thing, and they have a vaccine for it.
Whooping cough.
There you go.
Whipping cough.
Whipping cough. Yeah.
Because it sucks. So I can't see my granddaughter unless you have gotten that within X amount of time. But there's a shortage. There's been this shortage that we found out about a month and a half ago, and it's still a shortage. So thanks, Biden.
I had that as a kid, so
I'm not making fun of it, dude. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm the bullshit about that. There's now a shortage.
Is that when you used to play with the little rascals?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay.
I'm actually to the point where I think we should get rid of all vaccine mandates. Well, there's more smallpox in the world today because of the vaccine that's caused by the vaccine. So, and they're not like what Prime and I got, and probably what Adam got.
Right.
Seth and Fluffer over there probably in between. But yeah, what our kids and grandkids, well, I don't have grandkids, but my kids got, probably half of them, what they got are garbage. We're already over vaccinated. We have more vaccines that we give out earlier than any other any other country on the planet. And it's destroying the immune systems of people. So,
well, and also keep in mind, all the illegals that have never been vaccinated, bringing that shit back around doesn't help either.
Well, you remember this is the thing, because I remember watching this go back and forth on Facebook when Obama was president. They were bringing these illegals in and they were shipping them all over the place. And
right,
school areas were saying, "Hey, we can't." Because I remember, Glenn Beck had all this stuff. These drives to get toys and all this stuff down the border because it was just total, not a big a problem as it is now, but it was a big. Again, it's the same playbook. And you had school superintendents who were complaining that they suddenly had all these people that didn't speak English, and then if you overlaid, all of a sudden there was breakouts of scarlet fever and these different childhood type diseases, and it was amongst the people who were brought in who weren't vaccinated. That's what the data suggested, but they were all blaming all these anti-vaxxers that were running around.
Right.
And, I even was saying then on Facebook, I'm like, look, if you're vaccinated, why are you worried about it? And that's back when vaccination meant immunization. These were, you never showed your vaccine card. You showed your immunization record. Prime probably remembers this. And I know I had, as a military brat, I had to have one because we went to Germany and I had to have some boosters and different things. But, I'm like, look, if these things work, then why are you worried about it? That's why you get the shots when you go to Africa or something, so you don't get sick. Not that if you get a case, you're going to get a more mild case. It was to prevent the illness. But yeah, I remember all these arguing back and forth, and it's like, it's funny that 6 months to a year ago, in these areas, people were complaining they suddenly had this influx. The federal government was just dropping people off. And some of these places, we had it happening in Europe. We had it happening in Ireland where small towns were doubling overnight because these NGOs were just bringing people from various places in North Africa and place. I don't know if you remember the North, and they're pumping them into Italy too. This may have been even the early days or early years of Trump's presidency. But I remember seeing all these videos of these slave markets in North Africa, these people being hung upside down. No one's saying two peeps about it. The same people are complaining about Kyle weren't saying anything about it. It's like, really,
it's not expedient for them to do so.
It's all a tragedy, man. It either all is or none of it is. You can't pick and choose. So, But anyway, that's all.
Yeah. I want to see Dropkick Boy. Well, I called him a couple other names, but I want to see him arrested for assault now, please.
Yeah, I don't know how. To me, the bigger issue was the Second Amendment, and I think we could argue all day long that Kyle probably shouldn't have gone, but it was his right to go. Right, it was still a bad decision, but there's no law been making bad decisions like that. But the bigger picture here is what they're doing all over the world. It's just like. So go ahead, Tommy.
Oh, so is Kyle Rittenhouse? Will he have to go like witness protection or something?
No,
because like he's a target.
I think he's been out. I think he's been in witness protection.
Yeah, I don't know. They may relocate him. I mean, you have yesterday you had the MSNBC reporter who was trying to figure out who the jurors were. I mean, they've been trying. This is for a long time. The feds would get like mobsters on jury tampering or tax evasion because they couldn't get them on any other crimes. And now it's just like accepted. And I think that had a lot to do with why it took them 4 days to come to this verdict. And, really this should never have gone to trial and the judge should have had a mistrial with prejudice. But, yeah, I don't know. And there's a lot of people on Twitter that, some of them have been deleted. I actually have to congratulate Twitter for actually taking down people, saying they're going to hunt them down, and they're worse than that. And, I'm like, well, yeah, if you do, you're going to probably have to go through a whole slew of people first. I don't think some of these clowns understand the kind of people that would protect Kyle just as part of the community. Because in all actuality, to be totally fair, and I know we're smacking, the police were told to stand down and all that other stuff, but this is exactly why the people of Kenosha should have had their own weapons.
Correct.
This is this kind of it's not vigilantism to protect your community. Vigilantism is going out looking for people, hunting them down. These people are out in the streets. I bet.
To me, it'd have been the same as Tommy calling all of us to come help him protect their shop.
Yeah. Stand your ground. You're not going around hunting people.
I mean, if anything, if he was such a prick, he'd have been eliminating them, not using 8 out of 30.
Right. Yeah. And this is what the standing was for. And this is what the idea of a well-regulated militia is about. It's not that we can all march in formation necessarily, but we have weapons. They're well maintained. We train with them, so we know what we're doing. Maybe, who knows? Maybe part of it, the Army should have been conducted for the last 150 years, some kind of civilian weapons training. Hey, pay you $50, show up, get trained by an Army Ranger how to shoot that gun right for 2 hours. Right? I'm not. Right. You're not inducting us into anything. It's not boot camp.
Well, even if they made it to where, like, let's say for you to buy, like, I'll be fine with the law saying when you go to buy the gun, they have a shooting range right there. They show you how to load it, how to properly handle it. I would be fine with that law.
Yeah. Well, especially I would rather see places offer that as a service, because it depends. Like if you're not sure about a new weapon but you wish to have one. Now, some places let you rent, right? You have a range where I tend to go. They have some things that you can rent for, it's not too much, and you got to buy the ammo. But yeah, I would say, hey, I'm not sure. I would say after you've bought it, right? You've committed to the purchase, and now it's like, hey, I need a little bit of instruction and maybe fire 5 rounds out of it or something.
Yeah.
Nothing really extravagant, but isn't it in Texas or somewhere where they passed the law where everyone you by law you have to own a weapon? I forget it because they don't have a police force, and they were getting people from out of town coming in and doing stuff. And this is like several decades ago. They passed a law saying, yeah, you got to buy your own weapon.
Oh yeah.
But there's places where people are. Well, look at the couple in Missouri. I mean, she didn't know what she was doing, but they were standing their ground. It's like, yeah, don't necessarily point at anybody. But yeah, okay. So what do you guys? Because I only listened for a few minutes last night. Whatever you guys were talking about. I mean, what did you think about when the prosecutor took that weapon and pointed it? Did he point it at the jury? Or did he point it at nobody? I've heard all kinds of people.
Man.
Yeah, it's like that. People not knowing
after Alec Baldwin, mind you.
Right? Yeah, but people not knowing that level of gun safety, to me, is the disturbing part. Right? You can hate guns all you want, but you should, if you encounter one, you should know how to handle it with respect and properly. How, even just to verify that it's empty.
Right.
So, Prime, what's up with your internet, man? Is your dial-up not working very well tonight?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Keeps popping off.
I told you
like
last
Kyle
time.
Rittenhouse.
Told you last time. Every time I catch you, eventually I'm going to boot you from it.
Yeah, I had to run outside to grab some extra cable from the cable box.
Yeah.
That's
You got find more grub to feed the hamsters.
Yes.
Hey, dude, I don't know if you're up with things in my life, but our house is actually on the market.
Really?
Yep.
Where are you looking?
We don't know. Well, yeah, a lot of it around Johnson City, Tennessee, perhaps Elizabethton. What's nice about Elizabethton is it puts me closer to 2 ski areas over in North Carolina. It makes it 30 to 45 minutes as opposed to almost 2 hours.
Oh, okay, cool.
The
But-
good thing is, it's a seller's market right now.
Yeah. Well, we had another showing today. We got another one at 10 o'clock tomorrow. We got one Sunday. It just sucks that, we got to clean to get the dogs out of here. Although today was nice because it was at 11. It was nice. Could take a break from work, walk the dogs around the neighborhood.
Right.
And, we've had we'll see.
Any offers yet?
No offers. Our house and our price range in this neighborhood, the average is 9 days. Now, if we had an 1,800 square foot 3-bedroom instead of 16, it's 3 days. The sweet spot is 1,800 square foot 3-bedroom or 2,100 square feet or larger 4-bedroom.
4-bedroom.
And the 4-bedrooms that are in good shape don't even go on the market. That are like 2,100 to 2,300 square feet. They barely. This guy that we had doing some work for us, he was telling us about a lady just it's been almost 2 months ago now, but because he talked us down on a lot of stuff to do because realtors like, oh, you did. He's like, no. He said, I've been doing that. Someone sells the house and they come back in and I just rip it all out.
Okay. So,
but anyway,
go
ahead, Tommy.
The prosecutor, does he remind you of the guy from Iron Man 2? That
yeah, Justin
like
Hammer.
it's like
Sam
identical.
Rockwell.
Justin Hammer. Well, yeah, Sam Rockwell, Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lookalike.
So who was that in Iron Man 2?
He was the arms dealer that built all the extra
okay, yeah,
bad things. Or he turned
Competition.
Iron Patriot into Iron Patriot.
right, yeah. Because that's where he asked him, is he the guy that was in the suit? So did you ever solve the icing problem or something like that?
Right.
That's the first
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
That's the first
No,
one.
that was the first one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That was with Obadiah Stane.
The thing I remember the most about the second one is Senator Gary Shandling's trying to get his tech. And he said
He was a
"You can't
senator."
have it." Yeah. See, that was the problem. I couldn't figure out how Tony Stark goes from that to Civil War. We have to capitulate to the government.
Disney.
Yeah, because he was a bit of of a womanizer too.
How annoying a little prick is. Tony quit drinking when Disney took over. By the time Iron Man 3, he's not drinking, and it's bullshit because that was part of Tony's problem.
There you go, Prime. You can speak some Spanish for him.
Arriba, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Olale.
No me tocas así, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
This window's not too bad.
Yeah.
Bin 444.
Mr. Rittenhouse, are you familiar with Call of Duty, correct? Did you realize you were 2 kills away from being able to call it an airstrike?
That's the best one.
That's good. I like it. I love that one too.
You used Full Metal Jacket rounds. It wasn't even cold out, correct?
Right.
My favorite one though is the let's see, right here, the boyfriend. Is it normal? My wife has a boyfriend.
I can't help but love this one myself with him as Captain
He doesn't have a wife and never will.
Right.
Well, I don't follow too many people on Twitter, but the people I do follow like retweet and like a lot of crap, so I don't have to follow a lot of people. But I forget who it was because it was they weren't even a conservative talking head podcaster. I forget. It wasn't Tim Pool, somebody else.
There he is.
That someone liked. It was like that this lady was talking about. She's pregnant. I think I don't remember, but it's her husband is gay and they're married and it's normal or something. So it's like her husband has a boyfriend.
Right.
I was like, okay. It's very strange.
They did that in the Navy when I was in. We knew a couple of people, and I don't know how they didn't get busted, but they would marry another gay person, but then be male and female so they can get more benefits.
Right.
Because you get more money when you're married.
Yeah.
Tommy, here's that meme that I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
Rittenhouse gets cleared of all charges, about to exit the courtroom. The judge yells out from behind, "Hey, kid!" Rittenhouse turns around. "You forgot this." Tosses him his AR-15. Credits roll and the Eye of the Tiger plays.
That's awesome.
I mean, well, now what do you think, though, Seth? If he would have defended himself with something besides an AR-15, would he even have made the news?
Yes. Had he had a normal 9mm pistol, I think he would have still made the news because he would have done exactly what he did with the AR.
But
I don't think he was even
against.
I don't. Well, hold on.
Legally,
let me walk this back. Let me walk this back and change it.
Circle back.
I think when Rosenbaum reached out and put his hand on the AR-15, which he did because there were burn marks on his hand.
Right.
If he had have grabbed the barrel of a pistol, he would have snatched it right out of Kyle's hand. Kyle would be dead, and probably a few others would be dead. Had it been a pistol or any other weapon that was not attached to his body.
Especially with Kyle wearing rubber gloves. It would have been easier for him to
He might not have been able to keep a grip on that with rubber gloves, with latex gloves.
I feel bad for the kid. I honestly still do because after going through all of this shit and then, it's whew, I just felt justice finally in the injustice.
So,
yeah, bless you.
If you were in Kyle Rittenhouse's shoes, what career do you think he should pursue now?
President 2024.
He's not 35 yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Joe Biden's president and he didn't win.
Yeah, but he's a Democrat.
They let stuff slide.
Rules only apply to non-Democrats.
Just ask the person that's in control right now.
Except Tulsi Gabbard, she's still a registered. she needs to understand she's a left-leaning libertarian in many ways. Not completely. She's slowly getting there. But, well, he was training to be a medic. I mean, I think military medic.
Then why would you do what you did, though? Why would you take a gun and put it to another motherfucker's head, knowing damn well that's the most retarded ass thing you could do? Although still bravo for him blowing that damn bicep off, because I still love it. You got what you deserve.
See, I think if he would have had a smaller weapon that could be concealed, I kind of, maybe I'm misunderstanding your point, Adam, but it's like that. Or whoever asked it, was it you or
I did? It's because of the fact that because it looks scary. A hard on for the AR-15,
right? Well, it looks scary looking gun, right? And there's even 9mm guns that because this was a 223, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get a long barrel 9mm and it'll look scary, but you can also get an AR-15 just looks like a hunting rifle. Right, there's things that there's various versions of these things that don't look scary to people who don't know what the hell they're talking about, and but yeah, I think if he would have had, especially if he had, let's say he had a permit and everything was still above board, right? Let's say that no actual laws were broken, it would have been less likely that somebody would have gone after him with a concealed, because I think people saw the weapon. Now, I've seen a lot of video of other people carrying around similar weapons and walking around, and I don't know who they are, right? And it's like one of those things that, in my view, it's nicer to see the weapon because you now know whom to watch, right? Well, and I'm not saying I'm going to pull my, I've got a concealed carry permit as well. I'm not going to pull my, my 9mm, even if I can shoot him from 50 yards, because it's, again, what are they doing with it now? If they were doing what they accused Kyle of, because basically they were saying he, more or less saying he was hunting people and spraying the crowd, which is not true.
No, not at all.
Then I think maybe you've got something there, but it's.
I mean, it's bravo for him doing. Again, Tommy gives us a call. We're all going to jump in to go help out, save the shop.
Yeah, well, and
in that area.
I've heard,
and it was a black person's business he was doing it for. That's the fucked up part.
Well, I've heard conflicting reports. Was he asked, or was like a buddy of his asked to help, and he called Kyle and said, "Hey, come help us"?
He was asked. He was
asked. No, that's not true. His buddy was asked for him and a group of friends to come down.
Oh, okay.
For him to gather some people. Nick something.
So his friend asked him. So his friend was asked to get some people, and his friend then asked him.
Right.
So it's not directly. It's not. So I guess both sides are correct, because they're saying the business owner didn't say for Kyle in particular to come, but that he did talk to an intermediary who then rounded up a posse, as it were.
Yeah, and they were all okay with, it wasn't like Kyle got there and was like, "Oh, we don't like Kyle."
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. So all right.
But the South Packers' mom's still a bitch.
So anyway, we're going to talk about anything else, or is that all we're talking about tonight?
We can talk about all kinds of stuff.
I haven't seen Ghostbusters, but apparently Reality's Frank liked it.
Our old boy liked it.
New images of the Batmobile resurfaced. There's a ton of Spider-Man talk.
Yes, tons.
I cannot wait.
I still like the fact that when we did our Spider-Man show, what did I say? Wouldn't it be cool if this Peter Parker had to take on all the villains from the previous movies? I was the only motherfucker to call it, and I was right.
But someone's showing a picture, and I don't know if it's real. I'm thinking it's fake, but they showed John Cena wearing a Spider-Man costume.
No, Tommy, that's really in the movie.
Yeah. But that would be funny as hell.
It would. You're right, but remember he was doing DC, buddy.
Yeah,
he's all tied in with that, toilet bowl head wearing mofo from the second Suicide Squad. So I would say, yeah, that was definitely fake, bro.
He needs to stick to more serious roles and quit pleasing China.
Well, when you're on their payroll.
Why does it look like Knight Rider?
I mean, it gives me that Batman Beyond vibe a little bit. I mean, I know this is like year 2, but we'll see. I'm just gonna wait. Because I've not watched anything. I usually just block it all because I can wait for the movie. I've already seen the Lego car and I wasn't impressed. I am impressed.
It must be an electric car because that car's going to overheat. Like,
do what, Tommy?
It must be an electric car because that car is going to overheat.
Wow.
One, it's got that thick bumper that's supposed to look like real thick steel. Plus, there's no air really going through.
Well, there's some gigantic exhaust sticking out of the side here.
Yeah, right by the door.
Like the old Jets. Yeah. Door Corvettes,
I mean, you probably get enough air from the scoops.
Well, I understand that, but look at the tires. They look like they're solid rims.
Tommy, are you trying to put logic into a movie?
Well, it does look like it's got some military-grade axles.
Yes, and that would take a lot of motor.
I'm pretty sure it's a dually. Because that's tire.
Look, it's the new Murder Nova, boys.
Watch it. Watch it. Diesel Brothers.
And this is for what movie?
The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Dude, I would drive the crap out of that car.
Well, you got about $100 million somewhere, right?
So,
yeah, I wish.
Do y'all know what a big and ugly scoop is?
Mm-hmm.
So, like on my dad's Mustang, the 69, he's got it on his. Well, he got another one and put it on that blower truck, the work truck, Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put it on that. And it looks sweet.
You got pictures of it?
Oh, no, I haven't taken a picture. We took it to Sheets. We had like a crowd swarm around that truck.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we drove it down the Sheets, and it was fun. We kicked it, and that thing went sideways. It's got a 408 in it.
Hey, Brian, what you drinking, man?
Gatorade and vodka.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I always have Gatorade and vodka sitting here next to me. Earlier, it was Pepsi and rum, and before that, it was
Pepsi.
Yeah, I had to finish
rum and Pepsi.
The wife had like that much left, and it was gonna go flat, bro. And I hate wasting soda pop.
What are you, Binger's party buddy or something?
Hey, look, man, look. You know how usually it's what 1 to 3
rum and Coke
with rum and Coke, but it's like a 1 to 3. Yeah, it was a 1 to 3/4. Okay. So
right, I hear you.
Yeah,
y'all need to try.
I'm an RC guy. I like RC pop.
Oh yeah, it's more. It's got a little bit of bitterness to it.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
You give me Jack or whiskey, I love it with RC, baby.
RC, yeah.
So
all right.
Y'all need to try Jack Daniels and Cherry Coke.
I already done it.
It's
done it with
good.
Vanilla Coke yet, Tommy? Vanilla Coke's good. You know what's even better? Vanilla Cherry Coke, bro.
Ooh, both of them. That's a trifecta
that
right there.
Yep.
What about like Dr. Pepper? Does anything go well with Dr. Pepper?
Dude, vodka goes well with everything.
There is one. It's Jack Daniel's Winter. It's got a cinnamon taste, but when you mix it with Dr. Pepper, it tastes really good.
Okay, all right.
I was drinking the Fireball whiskey with it, and it was really good too. And Gas Monkey tequila. I mean, and that's a cinnamon style tequila.
Is that Fireball like what? Real spicy?
A droid. Help
it's good.
You're our only host.
Cinnamon. It's straight up cinnamon flavor.
Gas Monkey.
Okay.
Gas Monkey tequila's the bomb, yo.
So someone needs to make a clip in Star Wars when they says no one can make that shot, and Luke says I can make it. They need to put Kyle Rittenhouse in that place when he goes to shoot the Death Star.
Yeah.
When he outs the motherfucker, goes, it's not that far. You shoot that with my Womp Rat back T16 back home.
And how much bigger than 2 meters?
Not much bigger than 2 meters. You know you're going
on your ships, and may the force be with you.
Yeah. May the force be with you. Made of Schwartz.
It's not impossible. I used to bullseye womp rats back home in my T16 back home, and they're not much bigger.
Back home, baby.
And
Damn, we're fucking nerds. And
then they look around and go, "Thanks."
No, my wife's not a nerd.
Is she not into the SW?
No, she likes Star Wars. She's not a nerd.
I'm trying to turn my
Is
wife
she a
into one. She
geek?
falls asleep
Nope.
every time I turn on
Nope.
Star Wars.
She's a normie who likes Star
What
Wars.
Star Wars are you watching?
I've
But she
tried-
refuses to watch the sequel trilogy.
I haven't played the sequel or not.
Good for her.
Because she ain't missing anything.
I
Except
tried her-
the Force Awakens. That was decent.
Well, it's because it set stuff up, and then we get the next movie, and it didn't get paid off, and then we get
That's
the
right.
It was just a
You guys
bunch
are
of
talking
fast
over
movies.
Tommy. He was trying to say something.
Sorry, Tommy.
So I actually tried to start her with Baby Yoda and everything because it seems like every girl likes Baby Yoda.
Guru,
Yeah.
Grogu. I know, but I had to say it to get you to say something, mofo.
But
Hi,
yeah,
Tommy.
so that didn't work. And
What,
if
your
I
wife?
put on- she won't watch anything that's like from 95 and under.
Kristen?
Yeah.
Okay.
She don't like old movies at all.
Oh,
Those aren't old.
You want to
It
talk
is to
old? We're
her.
talking like we've got three older fellas in this.
Starting with the Marx Brothers.
The Marx
all good
Brothers.
men.
I should have
Sure,
mailed
sure,
it to
the
the Marx
Marx
Brothers.
I'm pretty sure my wife's the youngest. At 27.
Well, Tommy, you're pretty young. And
At
so
what?
is Seth
How old
when
your
we look
wife?
at this panel.
27.
All right, right on.
And I'm 31, about to be 32.
Yeah, I'm
My daughter
46,
is almost
about to be
25, so
And I got to witness his daughter get her first tattoo at the Horror Hound, and it was awesome.
yeah, that was
Did she
funny.
scream?
No. What's funny about that is, I forget because she came by with her boyfriend, and Jeff
LMP?
got him in.
LMP?
And no, not
an LMP, baby. I was there. Remember,
No,
boys,
this
I
tall
was there.
guy. He's my height. So,
Real nice lad.
anyway, I forget what I went off to do. I do something because Jeff's mother had also come by to visit, and I come back, and Jeff's mom and my daughter and her boyfriend are watching the booth, and they're all sitting behind it. It was like the most surreal. I should have taken a picture because it was just so surreal. Yeah, and I still don't remember Jeff's mom's name. My daughter knows, but she's like, "Do you even know her name?" I no.
Yeah, Mrs. Hicks.
Mrs. Hicks, right? Jeff's mom. That's all I know.
Her name is Clarice.
It's kind of like
It
Epstein's,
is. It is,
signed
yeah.
Epstein's mom.
She's a sweet lady too, by the way. This is my first time meeting her as well, mind you.
Because I'm friends with like everybody from, or not everybody, but
Facebook.
a couple people from WCBS. She pops up and suggested it like often. I'm like, oh, it's Mama Hicks.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you something, Seth. Hold on, Brian. Let me tell you something. Sweetest lady I ever met, and I understand why Jeff is. I got to spend about a half hour. It was just me and her at the Cracker Barrel, waiting on everybody to show up. Dude, sweetest woman. I understand Jeff even more so now. But oh god, dude, she was so awesome. You could just feel the positivity coming out of her and just flowing through her.
Did she
It was
dime out
all-
little Jeff when he was like 4 and stuff he used to do?
I mean, she talked with me, but here's the thing: like, she was so sweet, but she goes, "You're not Adam Shawhan. You're not, the wiener dog guy. You're not the wiener king. You're Superfan Adam Shawhan. He has called you that for the last 3.5 years." And I'm like, "Oh, that is funny." I'm like,
I
'cause
love
it
this
came from
lady.
him. He's the one that started it, and it was really sweet when I went to leave. Because Proper was there and a couple other people, and they were leaving and whatnot. Jeff was just sitting there. And then when he found out I was leaving, he got up, gave me a big hug. And it was just great to see him. And I got to hang out with Brian. I got to hang out, his daughter came up and her boyfriend. And I told the funny joke, right? Because, I mean, I'm covered in tats. You guys know this shit. It's like, hey, you know what the deal is, right? You got to stay with the artist until the tattoo's dried, and then it's free. And the boyfriend laughed, and the daughter didn't get the joke. But the boyfriend did. He even fist bumped me. So the kid had a great sense of humor. So yeah, he was real nice. It was good to meet your daughter too, man. It was really nice to be able to actually finally meet somebody that, you know, we've heard, but and then you know seen here and there, but it was really cool to meet her, Brian. It really was.
Was that on Saturday or was that Sunday? Or Saturday? It was Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday afternoon, yeah.
Because you were kind enough to come get me and everything.
Because it was what's funny about when I tell her about what we do for those things with Horror Hound and how we as a vendor we bring it in alcohol, and she's like, you can't do, because she's used to Matsuri Con and some of the other ones that
allegedly
are more you know, they don't do that kind of stuff. But yeah, she got to witness like, no, you got the vendor, because there was someone was supposed to be there. Jeff had 2 more vendor tags for somebody that ended up not making it. I forget who, but yeah, you know, everybody got to see. You know, she is kind of tall.
One of them was supposed to be Seth, but he wasn't able to make it. No pressure there. But no.
I was having a baby at that time.
Dude, like I said, hey, seriously, like, I'm joking around, but you know damn well there was no, you know, when you and I even talked about it, it wasn't but a thing, man. Now, if you do not impregnate your wife again, at least for the next little time frame, so we can...
Please don't put that evil on me. We are done.
Exactly.
So
you got to figure these 2 out first.
No shit.
So next Friday's supposed to be Toy Talk.
Oh, it is?
Is that the Friday after? Is that after Thanksgiving? Is Thanksgiving next week?
It's
oh
next
my
week.
gosh, dude, next week is Toy Talk.
Oh, holy cow.
So I want to change it up.
It's Black Friday. Well, Black Friday is the last Friday of the month.
Excuse me, it's African American Friday.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was Druish Friday.
No.
So what I was getting at, instead of Toy Talk, since it's Black Friday and everybody's getting ready for Christmas, why don't we kind of research and see what good gifts to give this year?
That sounds great. Although, no although to that. That sounds great. Let's also do a watch party.
Okay, we can do that because it's only going to take like 10 minutes for good.
Yeah, we can just kind of goof off like we normally do, and then maybe start the movie around like 9 o'clock.
What movie?
What movie?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just
Okay.
What about 1984's Dune?
Christmas movie.
Yeah, boy.
What is that? 6 days?
I just saw it last night.
Uncut.
Dude, I haven't even
was so
I've got
awesome.
HBO Max. I still ain't fucking watched the new Dune, and I've not watched any of the old shit or the.
I wouldn't. I just stay with the 1984 Dune. It was epic.
The director's
I have not
cut.
seen it since 1985.
Yeah.
So, do y'all all got a Big Lots near y'all?
Yes.
Sort
Right.
of, yeah.
I think so.
So, if you go there, they got this. It's a flask, but it's shaped like the old-timey gas cans that you'd find in the military vehicles and stuff. The
I was
metal-
expecting
jerry
it to be
can.
like shaped like a dildo.
Jerry
I
can.
was thinking too, man.
But
It's
it's
shaped
like-
like a vagina.
It's like $6, but it's made very good.
How big is this thing?
That's what she said.
It's about the size of like a gas can you'd use for your weed eater.
And that's also what she said. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
it's really
Giggity.
nice, like for even just decorative. But it's only like $6.
Huh.
Can you carry it in your pocket?
And I went to go. It was the last one, and I grabbed it. I took it to the restaurant. The lady turned it over and goes, "Oh, this one's got a dent in it. If you come in tomorrow, we're gonna have a new shipment of them. Just come get one then."
Nice.
Huh.
So she was nice enough to do that.
That's
But
cool.
it was like they had them in like different colors. One was like your army style.
Tommy,
One was
you
like
should
the
have said,
red
well, can
truck.
I just get a discount on this one? That's what the Druish in me says. I'd be like, can I get a discount on this one? Fuck coming back tomorrow.
Part of the
Have
tribe.
you seen today's gas prices?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You were talking about gift ideas. I'm like, well, if fuel prices keep going the way they are, a lump of coal is actually going to be helpful.
Yeah.
That's true. Put it in your butthole and you'll have a diamond in 30 days.
Like
Thank
if
God
everybody
From
just
shivering?
gives, like, one gift idea,
No, from being so
it'd be
tight.
great.
Thank God I own a fucking Prius. Now, what, Tommy?
If everybody just gets for the show, if everybody just gets one gift idea for the show, I think it'll go good. Like something that a dad would want.
Oh, dude, I've already
A
got
match
mine
grade
picked out.
M14.
I've got mine picked out, and Tommy, you better be wearing a seatbelt next week. Is all I got to say.
6 hours of peace and quiet.
Oh,
All right. So wait, what are we gonna do now?
I don't know.
We're coming to your house, Seth.
That's
Okay.
right.
Your party at
That's fine.
Seth's next Friday.
Everybody just pick one gift idea that is for like a dad.
Gift
Like
ideas
something you
for
would
a
give
dad.
a dad.
How about a divorce package?
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm even gonna say it just because, it's
I mean, buy him the whole thing.
it's like it's RoboCop, right? It's like 2 hookers and some blow. I mean, come on.
You're coming with me.
Appalachian, you're not showing some of Euler Greg's things he's saying. The wombats are delicious barbecued. Yeah.
Oh, gee, hey, OG, cheers,
I need
bro.
to see some. I did some of them, but I didn't think about it. I've got to do some daddy duty stuff. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so
But hey,
you gotta take over. Show some of OG's stuff, bro.
Who's got control of the screen?
I
That
do.
would be Tommy.
Thomas.
Make it work, baby.
That would be
What you
Thomas.
need?
Tommy.
Just start doing some Roadhouse
stuff.
Rittenhouse.
$1 million. So Prime, especially if we sell our house relatively quickly, I may end up at my mother-in-law's for a while in Mechanicsville,
Oh, okay.
VA.
Nice.
So,
That'll be around Youngkin's time when he takes over.
well, that's not till January, right?
Right, but
No, maybe. I don't want to stay. She reads the law different. I looked up how long you have to be there before you have to register, get your license, and all that crap. And it says 60 days. It says if you spend 60 days after either event occurs, and she's harping on this. It says you have to be there 157 days. But I said yes. So what does it say right below it? Or become a state resident. I said, if we sell our house here and we move in, we no longer have a residency here unless I can, I guess, claim my parents' house as a residency.
right, but it's
Allegedly.
not going to be your residence. It's just temporary.
Yeah.
So you tell them they don't know, though, Brian.
Yeah. Well, I told her you got 60 days or 90 days. Or
I understand with what you did, and I agree with what you did. I think that was very good. I think that's a very valid logic point.
Because that way I don't, there's no ambiguity there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need 5 years down the road, or 4 years down the road when it swings back the other way and some bean counter's going through state income tax receipts says, oh, wait a minute, this here guy owes us on his cars.
This guy needs to owe some property tax.
Owes up
Yeah.
some money.
Yep.
This motherfucker. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, bro. Go ahead.
So what are we waiting on Tommy to find?
Okay, so who's drinking what?
I'm just drinking water.
Ah, come on.
Wow. So it is the
I'm finishing up this desk wine of
blue
Cabernet
Gatorade
Sauvignon.
powder that you make yourself because it's so much cheaper to buy the powder Gatorade, like
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
So much, yeah. That and then a really nice vodka because I'm a classy slut. I like.
Are you drinking
nice
Stoli? What kind of vodka is that? Stoli?
Man, I tell you what, I'm
Grey
so
Goose?
buzzed right now. I couldn't even tell you, but I
Well,
will
where's
take
the bottle?
upstairs.
It's in his
Oh,
bunghole.
I will take a picture, and you're on the Facebook shit, right?
Negative.
Negative. Twitter.
Facebook doesn't exist.
I will take a picture and share it either next week or I will somehow get it to you.
Just go get the bottle. You should have it right there for instant pouring.
Well, I don't have to because everything's already pre-mixed because I'm lazy.
I see.
Do y'all want to hear something funny?
All right.
So, have y'all ever had Goldslager
Yes.
Yes.
with the little gold flakes in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cinnamon and gold flakes.
If you filter out the gold
Mhm.
and took it and sold it, you would have enough to buy another Goldslager.
No way.
Look it up. It's enough gold to buy a whole nother one.
All right.
I like it.
How much gold prices jumped?
Yeah, especially when inflation really starts to kick in, and I mean everything's doubled over the last year. But just hold on.
But Prime, the
Yes.
the rum and Coke or the rum and Pepsi rather was Bacardi, and the
Rum and Pepsi. Oh,
Yeah, I know. I said the same thing.
I know, dude, but the wife had like this much, so I did it the opposite. It was 3/4 rum to 1/4 Pepsi.
Well,
At least do the RC, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm an RC guy. I love RC. Like my whiskey's mixed with RC when I'm doing good stuff. Well, when I'm doing good shit, it's not mixed with anything. I'm just sitting here.
Pepsi is too damn sweet to have it with rum.
Fuck yeah,
Don't want to do that,
sir. That's why it was 3/4 to 1.
Yeah.
Flip-flop.
So when me and my wife first got together, I never made a mixed drink or anything, and so I looked up how to make it was called a blue motorcycle. And so I was reading in directions and stuff, but I didn't know you had to click continue to get the rest of the recipe.
Oh no!
So basically, it was all alcohol and a little bit of this blue stuff. And I had the Sprite and something else, so it was like straight rubbing alcohol taste.
Nice. Nice. Way
You
to
did
try
it
to
on
poison.
purpose. You knew they hit the. You were lying like a motherfucker. You knew that you were supposed to hit continue, but you didn't because you're like, well, it's got all the. She'll be.
You
so
were
fucked up,
taking
I can
advantage of that young ne'er-do-well.
I can Cosby that piece of fine A. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they. That's like when I make Long Island's. I do not put the splash of Coke in it. That's just ridiculous.
Right.
Just the 5 alcohols and that's it.
The funny thing is, because this is very blue, I didn't do anything to it. But when I went up to Grand Rapids and met up with ETEP and Phoenix Animation, I had made a Gatorade that looked identical to Coolant. And I only had 3 different kinds of Gatorade. I had the blue Gatorade, the red Gatorade, and the yellow Gatorade.
Looked identical to what?
To look
antifreeze.
Oh,
antifreeze.
Coolant. Coolant. Oh,
yeah, coolant. So
I thought you said
like
Kulu, and I'm
so
thinking
I had it dug, and it was just neon.
He eats flesh.
It was delicious.
I'm too old to understand his accent.
Yeah, exactly. This is a newfangled accent.
But yeah, it's always fun, man. It's to make different looking Gatorades, and when you
that's right. ETEP was supposed to come down, but he got ill.
He did. He was sick as shit. Yep. Believe me, dude was texting me and shit, and he's like, "Dude, I'm so sick. I'm going to try it maybe the next day." I'm like, "Just get better, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry. There'll be more occasions."
Don't come into my house and shit on my couch.
So
I've been to his house though. So
we need to go ahead and pick a movie for the watch party though, so we can all
Dune.
have it.
But 2022 late. Don't worry, we got 2022 coming up, and I'm sure that even if I have to, I'll bring him with me.
I think we should watch a bad movie because if we watch a good movie, we'll be like sitting here quiet watching it.
Yeah,
well, I'm telling you, Dune is so bad it's good.
But we want to watch a Christmas movie.
The new one or the old one?
The old one.
I like the old one.
Wait a minute. It's Thanksgiving and you want to watch a Christmas movie? Then I
It'll
say
be Black Friday. It'll be after Thanksgiving.
Well, you know what I mean.
Why don't we watch Friday? Because that has a black
It's
cast.
a fucking Friday, right?
And it's a Friday movie. Although I think the second one was funnier than the first one.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Hilarious.
Which one had Chico in it? The dog.
That was the second one.
That was the good one.
Yeah, you got Baby Joker and Joker.
No, my favorite is when he takes that boy to the hot tub and says, "You can use this at any time."
Mm-hmm.
And then he pulls a rubber out of it. I was like, "Oh God!"
And then you got Uncle Elroy.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. I'm Uncle Elroy. Ain't got none of that bullshit around here. How about we watch Buckaroo Banzai?
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
It's got John Lithgow.
It's got everyone in it.
Vinny. Cousin Vinny.
Is that a Christmas movie?
My cousin Vinny, Tommy?
No.
None of those are Christmas movies.
No.
I mean, if we're doing Christmas movies, I mean, come on, right? You got like Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, The Grinch. Like
I don't know if Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Because he hides inside of the Christmas trees in the Christmas tree farm.
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Gremlins, yeah.
The first Gremlins, anyway. The best Gremlins.
That kind of got a dark Christmas because that girl had to tell her story about how her dad came.
Yeah, but come on, Tommy, think about it. The second movie. She's got to do the same thing. It's like, how fucked up is this bitch?
The Nightmare Before Christmas. They got a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, there's that too. So I don't know, Seth. I guess you're gonna have to kind of figure out some movies, bro. I know you're busy working, but it's fun to out you.
Well, why don't we do a group? We'll do the group text. Everybody toss in a couple movies and we'll vote on it. And then Seth can make a short clip so people watching can watch it with us.
I agree with Nano Reaper.
Put a thing out on Twitter and do a poll. But
about what
Nano Reaper have to say, Brian Late?
Huh?
What did he have to say there, Brian Late? Dude, I'm too drunk to read.
Nano Reaper, don't use rubbers in a hot tub. Get out and nut on her face.
Yeah, baby.
Sorry,
Seth's mom, baby.
Sorry, Seth's mom.
Oh yeah.
I'm just reading. Reading.
Look, B. I'm so fucking drunk. I'm more drunk than I was when I was with ETEP. So trust me, I'm feeling
you're getting
really
pretty
good.
faded there. We can tell. You're starting to slur a little bit.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's like the audio and the video is not syncing up that well.
Oh, German cars have blue coolant. I didn't know that.
I blame the vodka.
What about that NFL kicker whose last name is Blewett?
He blew it.
And he's missed a bunch of field goals.
Does he play for the Detroit Lions?
I think so.
So he's living up to his name.
Blewitt. Blewett.
Wow. I don't know. I saw one the other day where the guy kicked a 62-yarder. Wasn't that college or something?
Mm-hmm.
64? Yeah. It's like, gee whiz. And no wind. It wasn't wind aided and outdoors. So
how are your Bengals doing, man?
I don't care.
Come on now.
I don't follow the NFL, man. I went to a football school and Tennessee hasn't been good in 20 years. So
they're great this year. I'm telling you, Tennessee is kicking it.
No, they're like in next to last place.
Tennessee Titans?
No, the Tennessee Vols, man, not the NFL, college football.
He said next to last place.
I'm like, those guys are dominating everyone.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Man, I don't even remember the last time I cared about the NFL.
Seth, what you doing?
Clinton may have been president.
I did not. Hey, have you guys seen that FX special called Impeachment?
No.
Oh, it is so good. It is so good. You got to watch it.
Okay.
If you got FX, I think it's still on on demand. It's 10 episodes, and it goes through the whole impeachment. Monica Lewinsky and and they have actors for. I mean, they stand in.
Right.
Clive Owen is Bill Clinton. Think about
Really?
that one. Yes,
Holy
and he pulls
shit.
it off. Edie Falco is Hillary Clinton. Miss Soprano.
Yeah. That's horrible. That's horrible because Hillary's not that hot.
True, but she plays her down. I mean, she's all serious all the time. Who else? They have Matt Drudge in there. They have what's her name? Ann Coulter. They have all the David Kendall, all the different lawyers. But it is so good. I just finished watching it.
Somebody said, "What if this was all just a big ploy because Joseph Rosenbaum had information on the arrest of Hillary Clinton?"
Well, okay. On that note, did you hear, or have you heard, that cinematographer Hala Hutchinson, I guess that's her name,
Okay.
on that Rust movie with Alec Baldwin who got shot?
Yes.
Right.
Her next project was going to be a documentary on Hillary Clinton, and she says it's going to take down Hillary Clinton.
No fucking shit.
No.
And the Baldwins and the Clintons are very close.
True that they are. Yeah.
I heard that a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Doku?
Doku, what's up, my brother from another mother?
Doku.
Hello from Crow's Nest. Yeah.
Another Virginian.
I don't know if he wants that all out there, man, but whatever.
Yeah.
I've got them on the other screen. I commented and said stream snipe.
Oh yeah.
What's Anna from that Star Wars girl? What's she up to these days?
Oh, I got a good idea.
No
I got a good
idea.
idea.
I don't know.
She did it. Hold on, Tommy. She had done a review on the. I haven't watched it all the way through, but she's talking about because Disney's doing the '97 X-Men, which is supposed to be a continuation, which makes no fucking sense because of the way that they end the X-Men cartoon. But yeah, that was like the last thing I seen that she was doing.
Okay, all right. I remember that episode that they called her mom up in Marin County. Oh no, Modesto.
Mm-hmm.
And they were asking her a whole bunch of questions. She's like, "Where's my daughter?" I mean, it was real funny. Her and who's the guy from New York that wears the mask?
Cecil.
Her and Cecil were asking mom a bunch of questions.
Hey, I'm about Cecil buzzed right now. So yeah,
Cecil's hilarious.
Cecil's fucking love, baby. Look, it's even red.
I haven't listened. I haven't heard from them like in so long.
Fucking forever, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to a single stream that they've done.
I think I heard them maybe a week or two ago. Just they were on and late night because they're on at least
Jack Show.
They're on West Coast time.
Yeah.
She is, and yeah.
So here's my great idea. So how many channels can we get to watch the same movie for the Christmas watch party? Could we get a bunch?
No,
not watch it on ours. Like they do it on theirs, and we just see how many people can get to watch the same movie on Friday.
I get what you're saying, but none, dude, because a lot of channels have schedules. We don't. I mean, like we're here every Friday, and like we're talking about this now, but this shit wasn't pre-planned. Where a lot of guys have shit pre-planned. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Well, can we get? Well, nah. I just think it'd be funny. All of a sudden, YouTube goes, "Why is everybody watching?"
Right, I got
the
you.
Same movie.
I got you, baby. I got you. I like it. I like the idea.
And I got you, babe.
I got you, baby.
I got you, babe.
Yeah. That. I mean, I get where you're coming from, though. But yeah.
Especially if it was a free YouTube movie.
Why the fuck is everybody watching Batman '86 on Friday?
Yeah. Nano Reaper, they have outlines and stuff. Yeah, we tried that and nobody ever listened to them. I've spent a many a times writing it up, and it's like 2 seconds late, 2 seconds in the show, and we start talking about something else.
Yeah.
Look, we're just a group of fellas that all know each other and just like to get together and have fun. That's it.
I don't know any of you. Well, no, I know 4 doors more whores. We have actually met. We did.
The way I see it, yeah, you got to meet Seth. I got to meet Tommy and Seth, and Late came.
Hey, don't start name dropping. Come on now.
Yep, Late came too. So by effect of the Spider-Man giggity, the Late and I went and saw Tommy and Seth. We know you by knowing them. But one day,
it's like 6 degrees, except it's like 3 degrees.
Yeah. But one day we'll all be together.
And that's how you all know Carrie Fisher, just so you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one person between me and Carrie Fisher, so.
Yeah, it tastes a little fishy, That's what happens.
There's one person between me and
Make with the head.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
It's his buddy. His buddy he grew up with.
There
Yeah. Right on. We should have taken more pictures. You know that?
I know.
Yeah, it's all right.
Man, back when I had long hair.
Wait, you cut it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Said, get a haircut. Get out of the house, bitch.
That's true.
What?
Actually, I've been in physical therapy because of my back. So because of the car crash.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what about Jingle All the Way? Because it's Toy Talk.
You hired.
And it's all about a toy for Christmas.
I like it.
I saw that movie for the first time last year.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I used to think that movie was so stupid.
Hold on. Do you know that I met Sinbad during that run?
Quit name dropping.
I used to work at the airport in South Bend, dude. That's when I met him because he was flying from South Bend Regional to Chicago for the fucking opening of the movie. And his brother looked like Lenny Kravitz. He did but didn't. And it was funnier than hell because this lady's like, "What are you doing with Sinbad? Why are you with Lenny Kravitz?" He goes, "That beep over there, that's my motherfucking brother."
That's my brother.
So, I've never rode a snowmobile, but which one's funner in the snow? Is it a four-wheeler or a snowmobile?
I would think a snowmobile because a four-wheeler.
I've ridden both, but I've never ridden a four-wheeler in the snow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Dude, I don't know, man. I've had some really fun times on a four-wheeler in the snow.
Yeah, so that's why I'm wondering which one's
But I've
funner,
never
though?
ridden a snowmobile, so I can't.
I would,
I would say for stability, a four-wheeler.
Snowmobiles are a lot of fun, but you got to have the right snow. Yeah, if you have deep enough snow, a four-wheel is you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm thinking.
You mean like powdery or mushy?
Yeah, powdery and mushy. Snowmobiles will go over it. You've got that wide track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
now, granted, most of the time
kinda...
I've been doing snowmobiles is pulling sleds around with injured patients, but we still used to have fun until management caught on and said, "Oh yeah, patrol, you can't do that anymore."
So you mean tell me you're going to put someone in the sled, but you're not going to take the jump with them? With the
I'm not telling you that.
You're getting a little personal there.
That might be part of why we don't do it anymore. I mean, we still use snowmobiles, but it's a management person now that does it. So,
gotcha.
And we only do it to pull people out of because we have areas that you end up lower than where we need to be for the patrol room. So, yeah. And that's with the move. If we end up moving, I don't know what I'm going to do with that either. So I paid my dues today, so I'm all square with National. So
right, cool.
Wait, what are you going to do with what?
Patrolling. If my wife wants to move like in 2 weeks to her mom's house, maybe 3 at the most.
So
got to get a lot more set up.
Started on a state yet?
Well, yeah, his mom's house, but her mom.
That's a temporary thing because we're going to help her get her house ready to sell too. Tennessee, most likely. The vast majority.
Virginia, we're red now.
Tennessee.
Yeah, but Tennessee's got constitutional carry now too.
Tennessee.
But the upper part of East, close to Virginia. I'd only be a couple hours away from y'all if we end up where they're talking.
Yeah,
from
you and Prime could go out for lunch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but he's on the eastern end, isn't he?
So what? I have a car.
So he's like 4 hours away.
Haven't you heard the song "We Meet in the Middle"?
Prime, hold on. Prime, Lape's thinking about going just outside the capital city. If you catch my drift,
right?
How far is that?
Oh, when I'm visiting my mother-in-law.
From you?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that far. I thought it was like 45 minutes to an hour.
No. That's
From
maybe
Williamsburg.
Probably about 2.5 hours. I mean, depends on
traffic.
Weather. Well, traffic, yeah, but if it's left or right of the 95.
Right.
Oh yeah.
If you're left, there's you're going to take those back roads. If it's right, it'll take you 395, 495. So I try to stay away from that area.
I don't care. Next time that I'm able to come to Virginia,
but it's well within, hanging out and going, spending the afternoon together. Yeah.
Well, I thought
no pressure.
Well, the no fucks, it's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, really?
Yeah. Well, right now, it's 91. Well, but see,
it's 107 miles.
That's 64, and that's also dealing with. The problem is the tunnels.
Yeah, those tunnels really back you up.
Yeah. Because we flew out of Newport News one time, which isn't even to the tunnels. And before we got to the airport, we were in stop and go traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably, is that what, 20 miles? 15 miles?
Yeah. No Fuck Vagina is from, it's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes from us. Sorry, Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was trying to use code words because I couldn't remember exactly where you're from. But
yeah.
But yeah, if you're east of, is that the James River? Yeah. If you're west of the James River, it's not so bad.
Shoot, since you guys already said it.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, Virginia Beach. All right, further. Yeah.
Well, here's a kind of a stupid, drunk, fucking high idea. Why don't we try to plan something for next year where we can all get together and meet at some point, someplace that's good for everybody? Regardless, I mean, not right now, obviously, because Leif, you got a lot going on. But
let's go to Charlottesville and bring some tiki torches.
You know.
Oh yeah, baby.
You know, I saw that. I still don't understand.
It's so dumb.
The khaki pants and tiki torches. I'm like,
at the Yunkin bus,
right? I'm thinking, okay.
Hilarious.
I'm thinking because when I'm thinking of white supremacists, I'm thinking neo-Nazis and skinheads and Klansmen.
Skinheads, yeah.
I'm like, I'm not thinking a bunch of frat boys who are trying to get a party, get a luau going.
That's right.
Like, because to me, khaki pants screams frat boy.
Yeah.
Toga.
Yeah, I had one pair of khaki pants in my life, and it was when I worked at a pizza joint, and I had to buy I bought a pair of duck head pants because that's about all I could tolerate.
There you go.
Mine are suit pants.
Yeah. That's so fine. I was like, and then you got a woman and a black guy, and I'm thinking, male white supremacist. Yeah, could you be more of a meme at this point?
Hey Tommy, if you can't make it,
I gotta go get some more desk wine.
Can you at least make sure that your wife is free? Giggity.
Yeah. Now I'll probably.
Ooh.
I'll have 2 or 3 weeks next year during the summer. So if we could do something during the summer, it'd be great.
I got 4 weeks of vacation, dude. I'm down to do something.
I mean, I feel bad that I wasn't able to make it again this year, even though we were trying to plan. I mean, and as you guys know, shit happens. It just does.
Especially this past 2 years have been rough for everybody. I can't imagine anybody having a good past 2 years.
Well, I mean, think about it, though. We were able to meet at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and like the grandbaby's born and everything. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've even messaged it to you guys. I've been a little depressed because I can't see her because of the stupid vaccination bullshit. But, excuse me. But at the end of the day, I had every intention of wanting to come see you guys again. It just wasn't possible for me. But even if we try to do something at some point where everybody can make it, because I mean, God bless everybody that came last time. The fact that Father 9 was able to make it, the fact that CollectorExpress was able, that meant a lot to me. That the guys we stream with gave us shit enough to come hang out with all of us when we were there. And Prime, this is not a shot at you at all. I mean, we know what was going on, but I really want to be able to get to come meet you and give you a big hug and, put the belt on your ass and take a picture of a Latino great fucking American with the fucking belt on him, man.
Oh, that belt. Sorry.
the Men's Room United States Championship, bitches.
So, when y'all went to school, did y'all ever go on weird field trips?
What do you mean by weird? What's weird to you?
Yeah, what do you mean by weird?
My boy went last week. I found out last minute the day he was going. Mm-hmm. They took him to the airport. And they let the kids get in a plane and take a tour around, Roanoke.
Okay, Seth, I'm drunk. What am I looking at?
This is 4 hours and 36 minutes to stop in Richmond and then to Norfolk.
Don't be doxing nobody.
He's not.
You guys are the ones that said it, so I hid addresses, although I don't know y'all's.
Right. Because you're a good man.
So, but
I just put from the towns.
Yeah.
So is that weird though for them to take them on a field trip into up in the air?
Did he not have to have a signed permission slip?
Well, they did. But I just think it's for me. We never did nothing like that.
No, we went.
I mean, I did that in high school in a helicopter, but I was in Army Junior ROTC.
You were in ROTC too?
Yeah.
I was too. I was for the Air Force.
I was Battalion S1 at the.
We go to like plays and shit that you'd have to get signatures for like the Morris Center in South Bend. But yeah, Tommy, you're right. Nothing like that, bro.
But that is unless
I feel like the liability would be crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know what class was that for? Geography?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't find out till after she done signed the paper and everything. I was like, wait, is this safe?
No, it's not.
Take a bunch of screaming kids on a 10-person plane?
Hey. Be glad they didn't ask you to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's true. I have never been on a plane.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I have never. My feet has only hit ground and water.
Okay. Respect. I've flown I love flying, but I also love driving. Why do you think? Like last week, I was in New York because I do like to drive. But I don't like New York. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me say, this has nothing to do with the channel. The channel is not having me say this, but fuck New York.
Someone went to a tractor dealership.
Nano Reaper.
Now that would be a little weird. Well, if you're out in Iowa somewhere in corn.
Yeah. Or Indiana. There's boarding corn in Indiana. There's a lot of fuckwits. I can attest. But it wasn't as fucked up as Wisconsin. Nope.
I just didn't know. I told my wife it seemed weird to me for them to do that.
A little more, Tommy.
To be the bearer of bad news, guys, I've got to go.
Oh.
I got to work tomorrow.
Oh.
You wanker.
They tried to get me too. I said no.
I had no choice.
Mandatory.
Yup. I tried, dude. I worked long. I went early this morning, yesterday morning, and stayed late. I didn't get home till like 6.
So it's one of two things, Tommy. Are you going to be able to continue on if we don't have Seth, or are we just going to end it? Just saying. Oh shit.
I'm guessing Nano would live somewhere in Tejas.
Wow.
They went to the Alamo.
Texas.
We'll stay on for another 20 minutes, and then we'll just hang out after the show.
All right.
If you're cool with that, Seth, I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes.
No, y'all go right ahead.
Hey.
I just didn't want to. I hate to leave.
Hey, Seth. Respect. Get some sleep, brother.
Yeah.
Have a good day at work tomorrow, my brother.
Coffee and Gaming's still on, but it's just going to be uploaded.
Yeah.
Premiere, so.
I might be on that one.
You might be.
Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty old.
That's what she said.
Like I think it was beginning of October. I think it was like a month ago. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, find out tomorrow.
Well, you have a good one, brother. Later, Seth.
Arrivederci.
See ya.
All right. So Christmas coming up. What was the worst gifts y'all have gotten? Don't have to say who gave it to you. Just the worst Christmas gift you got.
Well, we were poor, so I was happy to get anything.
Yeah.
See, I used to get double gifts because my birthday is on Christmas.
On Christmas, yeah, you're another moist. That's what I love about you.
That's right. Yeah.
Brandon Moyes was the same way, and I felt that was the honor of really getting to meet you. This is like got nothing to do with what Tommy said, and I promise Tommy I'll shut up in a minute.
No, you're good.
But the beautiful thing was after he passed away, and the fact like you shared that with me, it made me feel a little better because I miss my friend. I really do.
Yeah.
And I feel just as close to you. I mean, Brandon and I used to talk all the time, via messaging, doing shows and stuff together. And he was a young lad. But then getting to know you and everything, it kind of helped kind of fill that void. And it was just really awesome to know another person. I've not known very many people that his birthdays were on Christmas, So it really, for me personally, it was really, really fucking awesome to get to meet another mate that was cool as shit to hang out with and party with and do shows with after losing one.
I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Yep.
Means a lot.
So, I mean, it's always great to see you. And like I said, it's one of those things where it sucks that what happened to you happened where we couldn't all get together when I came the last time, Geedy, and Lake as well, Geedy. But, I mean, we understood and respect the fact that what you were dealing with. And, that's why I always say, man, next time, because that's my biggest thing. After losing Moist, I've tried meeting everybody as much as I possibly could, for me going, to hang out with WCBS and Lape and everything in Cincinnati. It's only a couple hour drive. It's not that bad. Coming to Virginia, it's a wee bit more of a drive, but it's always worth it. One of the last times we were doing puppies, my wife was trying to get me back in Virginia to hang out with everybody.
She goes, don't you have to be somewhere?
What's that?
She's like, don't you have to be somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, she really was, though. She's like, let's try to get you in the area so you can go see the guys. I mean, it was really cool.
It's good that your wife supports that because I would think not a lot of wives are like, oh, yeah, go hang out with your friends,
Oh, I mean, you see my office, bro. You know who I am. I'm a fucking huge geek. And my wife's just like, go be with your friends because you're fucking weird.
Yeah. Nice.
But it literally, it is what it is. Like, I couldn't do what I do if it weren't for my wife, so, it is what it is. And we do a lot of shit together, especially when it comes to the dogs and everything. But at the end of the day, that was her thing. She's always trying to get me to Virginia. She's like, I know that's where the guys are, all of them, including Doku, because he is a different part of Virginia, but he's still in VA, with the rest of you guys, with the exception of Lape. But Lape's my Ohio guy.
There's always an exception with Lape.
Yep. But until he moves, which looks like it's coming.
I am the exception.
But this guy, let me tell you about this guy.
Friend.
Let me tell you about this guy. When I was in Ohio, because of the not really wanting to drive that much, the man came and got me and took me to the convention. And it was just down the road. It's not like it was very far. I mean, literally, I could have walked. But this man was kind enough to be like, yeah, come on, and came and got me. And then we rolled up together and had a blast. And the next day, he was like, well, I don't think I'm going to, he had some other stuff going on. Proper Jeremy came in, just improper, if you will. So, but Lape was kind enough. We planned everything out. He came and got me and everything, and I owe him a lot because Lape has the same birthday as my father. That's where shit gets weird. It just same day my father was born. Lape was, and my father was passed.
Not the same year.
Yeah, not the same year.
Say, wait a minute.
Same day, just the same day. About a 15-year difference. But it was really weird how that kind of played out. And it's the same with
so your dad's younger than Lape.
And then Tommy knows, right? Tommy knows, though.
You're 6 months older. Just remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. But
it's
that's
always been fun with you.
But see, Adam, what you're talking about is what Lape has done for all his adult life has been that guy.
Yeah.
To facilitate other people.
Yeah.
To help out other people. I mean, what you used to drive the crew around, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you're talking WCBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I especially in Chicago. I actually drove Anna and Jesse back to their hotel after we met them on that Thursday.
And see, that's who you are, man. That's what's incredible.
And you always take care of everything, and I greatly did Brian. I really did appreciate.
Oh, I know.
I appreciated it, and it was great to spend time with you, man. I love you, man. Like, not because I'm drinking, but and you know this. I've told you that before. It's not weird. It's just you.
No, it is weird, man. It's all weird.
It's never weird.
Just think about it. We're on this big chunk of rock spinning around however many miles an hour, going around the sun that's oscillating around a universe. It's all weird.
No, it's like a disc. It's
but
like
again,
a laser disc.
I wouldn't have met
flat.
any of you, none of you. I would have not met a single one of you if it weren't for my fucking wiener dog Frank. Now, how fucked up is that?
Yeah, that's funny.
And then I find you have
is.
the same, birth date as my father. I've got Prime, same birthday as my belated friend Brandon Moyes. Tommy makes me fucking laugh. Seth, another great guy. All people that we met because of WCBS.
Tommy.
Though. We wouldn't never met if it weren't for
Who's
WCBS and for me.
Who's coughing, by the way?
Kristen.
Okay.
She drank some drink and it went down the wrong way.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Sure she did, Tommy. Shame on you, Tommy. What'd you put in my sister's drink, you dirty bastard?
Yeah.
You gotta be careful, man. You're gonna get. No.
So instead of bad presents, have you ever got a unique present? And I'll give an example. So when me and my wife first got together, we moved into an apartment. And we had to get new appliances and everything, so it was kind of strapped for cash. So I wanted to give her something. So I made a coupon book.
Oh, yeah.
It was like wash her car, clean out her car.
Oh, yeah.
Give a foot rub stuff. Yeah, but she lost it after 2 days. Seriously, lost it.
Well, did you bring up the items that were in that coupon book just to make it right?
Did I what?
Did you bring up like, oh, honey, I owe you this. This was in the coupon book.
Because you wrote the coupon book.
I did clean the car. I took the kids one day and gave her like a day off.
Yeah. Was there like a massage in there?
Yeah, massage and breakfast in bed I did do.
Yeah.
That was like in the span of like 3 days, and then luckily the ticket book kind of got lost. I did like.
Did it really get lost?
Did it? Yeah. Did it really get lost? Or
did you check it?
It was like 60 tickets. I was like, this will last her until next Christmas.
60, no. Man. The most I ever made was five sheets of paper folded, and so it was 10 tickets. 60, man. You are generous, one man.
Talk about somebody that's overcompensating for something.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
jeez.
Shit.
Mama's not going to get out of bed.
I don't think you got the right idea on what was supposed to be going on with that coupon book, son.
Yeah. That was like those coupon books that those kids would sell for baseball. And it was like 300 pages.
I mean, damn, boy, at this point, you're doing almost as bad as the poor jury had to do with all the paperwork they had to read for Kyle's case.
It still wasn't as big as the Build Back Better plan they got trying to push.
Jeez, 74,000 pages.
Yeah.
I saw the thickness of it, and it made me sick to my stomach. I was like,
it's just kickbacks is what it is.
Oh, yeah. Defo.
Hey, Brian, where's Special K at these witching hours?
My daughter?
Yeah.
She's living in my parents' basement.
How's that going?
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, she's doing online stuff with Full Sail and wanted it to be quieter and the dog's not barking all day and me working.
Dude, no way. She's doing Full Sail?
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
A buddy of mine did Full Sail. It was awesome.
Yeah, she's doing
Full Sail.
It's a college and I guess it's considered a university down in Florida, but what I like about it is they kind of remove the rigmarole. You're not like going to states, you don't take 2 years of garbage classes. They basically do in 4 to 5 and 2.5 to 3, what most places do in 4 to 5. So she's studying game design. They do a lot of stuff with cinematography, editing.
Yeah, I was going to go into that.
It's a lot of digital art oriented stuff, I guess you could say, but a lot of people
You're basically
go into,
working on your major instead of all the other prerequisites. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the crap that burned me out when I was, at UT studying computer science. And back, I started there, I transferred in 88, 87. And, even then it was almost a 5-year program just because they had it crammed full of so many hours, and it was in the liberal arts school. And I had to take so much liberal arts classes that I was like, I don't want to take them anymore. It's like, can I just take extra math instead? And
right.
Yeah. And then what really is irritating is many years later, because I was living here, one of my former colleagues when I was at Women Heart, he had an associate's degree from India, and then he ended up with a master's degree when he was in Germany. I forget how he ended up in Germany, but the only visa he could get was as a student. And so he ended up taking classes, and he was working, and he ended up accidentally, if you will, with a master's degree. But it's only 3 years to get an undergraduate, and it's half the time and a lot less cost to get a graduate degree too.
Yeah.
Because they don't add all that extra garbage on it. You have some exposure to other things, but you pretty much study your major. You don't study all the superfluous garbage.
Right.
That apparently now it's like that's even more. It's like a lot of places that's more than half. And you get something science oriented like computer science or physics or any of that stuff. That really is a load of horse manure. But
it takes a lot of time to make that stuff up.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's studying. So I don't think she also looked at going to is it Shawnee State a few years ago. It's in Portsmouth that has a similar thing, but she ended up not doing it. But yeah, she's doing well and
awesome,
likes it, and so
talking about the computer science and stuff, did y'all see the new AI where you can, let's say you wanted to make a game, you go and you tell them, you type in a computer, I want to make a meteorite game, spaceship meteorite, and it will program it for you. Like you say, I want it to jump to the left or to the right by pushing the arrow keys, and it'll program. You'll have to know no coding. Y'all seen that?
No.
Yeah. Joe Rogan was talking about it today on a show, and it was talking about how AI is getting too advanced now, where eventually it's going to make stuff just because it wants to, not because you're asking it to.
Right.
And it showed it. They typed in and they made a meteorite game, flying a spaceship, flying around meteorites, and I mean it was kind of like Minecraft graphics, but they did no coding to it.
Yes, Nano Reaper. Yes.
Yes, Daniel-san.
Just know I did lean in and read through the bifocal that you can't see in these sunglasses.
25,000. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 8 hours of foreign language. Yeah.
So, Adam, because you wear sunglasses a lot, when I was at Big Lots, they have the sunglasses there that have built-in headphones in it now.
Oh wow!
And they actually look decent. They look like the ones you're wearing.
Yeah, well, like these, and as you know, Tommy, it's and for those that don't know, it's because I get motion, and it's got nothing to do with the liquor, but I get motion sickness and whatnot because I only have one eye.
Oh yeah, don't get the Oculus then.
Yeah, so I wear the sunglasses. Like right now, the screen is so bright that if I were to try to read shit and do whatnot, then I just gonna want to, and it's just not any good. It's got nothing to do with the booze.
I got 2 eyes and I can't deal with that. So.
Yeah, so I just do it with the. Plus, it looks good with the the whole Blues Brothers look because that's my favorite movie of all times and whatnot. So
you look like the Blues Brothers who was in ZZ Top.
Right. Well, look, dude, it's not that long of a goatee. It's not that long, and I did
Blues Top.
Just because. But I mean, it literally, it's one of those things that it just all fell together, you know. And
hey, Adam, do you trim your own beard, or do you have someone do it for you?
Yeah, I don't do much of anything. You know what I did? I shaved this side, and I don't trim this at all.
My wife would kill me if I
because I'm trying to get that little point, you know, like at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying. I like pulling it down, but I still have the straps on the side. I gotta take it off and see if I can do just a goatee and a trim thing.
So what happened was, you might remember, but because I quit smoking cigarettes, and it's been 5-6 months now. Hit my gym and whatnot. I've just been working out and everything's been going good there. But I just quit. I just had a normal goatee and I just kept letting that bitch grow because I've shaved it off numerous times where I would have a ZZ Top beard, but one of those things where I would just kind of cut it. And I'm one of those dickheads that don't believe in the no shave November bullshit. Like I don't do that. So I shave. But being that Blues Brothers is one of my favorite movies, I just was like, I kind of like the idea of the longer goatee and clean it up.
Good.
Be different. And it's gray as shit, and so that's the other funny part. So people think I'm really old, but I'm still in really good. Like I'm in the best shape I've ever been at 46.
46? No way.
Yeah, 46. I don't look 46 though. That's the best part. So I'm pulling a Macho Man Randy Savage. The Macho Man said one time, "I got all these young cats in here, and they think I'm old, so I got to make them think I'm hurt, and then I'm gonna fuck them up." Yeah. And that's been my mentality because I
feel sad for Miss Elizabeth. Oh, I miss her.
Lex did nothing wrong.
That's true. Oh.
I do the Monday night retrospective on Clown World Review on Tuesdays with Tony TonDeff and Etep Wakula, the place to be reviews. He's got Tony has a lot of casts that come around. I'm always in the chat. I'm on this week's show, and we're now in the January of 96. So it's great. We're doing the retrospective of the wrestling, and for me, it was really cool because, with Pete and I are really good friends. Etep, we're really good friends, and I shared my shit with him so he could log on and watch it. And I got to be on the show with Tony, and I'm always in the chat because I don't have to. I'm not a YouTube whore. I don't mind just being in the chat. I love being in the chat because that's where I was born. Was in the chat with World Class, and being on air is always fun as well. But I was teasing Tony and I was like, one day I'll be back on. And he's like, "Hey bro, can you make it next week?" And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah."
Oh, hell yeah.
So I get to be on. And of course the Joker's got a couple wrestling belts on him because it's always fun. But
that's becoming your trademark, dude, is the belt.
I know, man.
You're wearing it everywhere.
With Pete and getting him the necklace and making him the people's champ, and it just, I don't know, it just seemed like the thing to do, and you know what I mean. It was one of those things where it's just like, dude looks so sad. I'm like, I want to buy this for him, so thank you, Biden, for your extra money, because that's who fucking paid for it. It wasn't me.
Yep.
My ass is poor. But, and I made a great friendship, all thanks to Utam the man, Nick Utam the man. If it weren't for Nick Utam, I wouldn't have found Pete at the place to be reviews and met Tony and some other great people, such as meeting you guys as well. And it's just lovely to see that as fucked up as YouTube can be, there's so many people that have met because of this platform. So I will always be thankful for that. Meeting everybody on here, and then as far as even Jarrod, almost slipped there. CollectorExpress, getting to meet CollectorExpress, and Father and I getting to meet him and everything. It was great. And one day I'll get to meet you as well, you little beaner.
Oh, yes, sir.
But it'll be a whole lot of fun. It was really great that Seth and you got to hook up and whatnot this year. And the way I look at it is like, look, man, I've been weird my whole life. I've been diabetic way too long, but I've been dead my whole life because they told me I wouldn't make it to 20. I said, you won't live to be 20, and I'm 46. Nice. So I kind of proved them wrong. And my theory has always been, well, we're all dead. We just haven't made it to that moment. But I'm trying to.
Hey, Adam, go on Amazon and get I think it's about a 6-month supply of, it's called Beer Melon. Have you heard of that? It's supposed to help with the insulin.
Oh.
It's a herb, or as most people in Yorba Linda would say, herb.
Herb.
And start taking some of that because that's going to help out with some of the insulin issues.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been
Check
type
it out
1
though.
since.
We do some research on it.
Oh yeah, I've been type 1 since '84. So it's, you know, it's been a long time. But I mean, I've got to meet so many great people. Getting to come see Tommy, getting to come see Seth, and then like I almost cried. Like I'm not an emotional kind of guy, but I almost cried when Lake came down. You know, it meant the world to me that Brian came to
I have
hang
that
out
same
with all
effect
of
on
us.
women, man.
Yeah,
I bet
you make them cry afterwards.
That's
no,
right.
they cry before.
Before and after. But no, I mean it did though.
Dude, that's
Brian, you
awesome.
know that we got yelled at in the fucking hallway together.
Yeah, we did. What? I don't know if you guys are going to continue, but I got to wrap up because I got to get the dogs out and deal with some other stuff.
Yeah,
It's
we're
10:30.
probably going to wrap it up here shortly.
Yeah.
But,
So I got one question for y'all.
Got another showing tomorrow at 10, so I got a lot of crap to do before then.
Right. Yeah, and good luck with that.
Yeah. Good luck.
Go ahead, Tommy. What's your question?
Okay, so I'm the young I'm a lot younger. Well, not a lot younger, but younger than y'all.
Yep.
And through what I've experienced so far, is every generation getting a little more sensitive, or is it just me?
No, they're getting
From
more.
what y'all see,
They're getting more sensitive to the wrong stuff.
Okay.
Well, I think as you get older, you start getting more sensitive because you're just like things you did or didn't do or whatever. You start becoming more empathic of that. So that's what I would say.
Well, or yeah, do you mean like that? Like there's things I should have done, or you mean like things that?
Well, like so, I hung out with growing up mainly. It was like I had some friends, but mainly I was working or I was with my grandfather or them, and they hung out with a lot older people too, and they would make jokes, and I would think it's hilarious. But if I tried to make that same joke to a younger group of people, that'd seem like it's offensive. There was no bad language or nothing, and it wasn't picking on someone's race or sex, but it just seemed like it bothered them that I made that joke.
Yeah, that's depending on what you want to call it. You know, the wussification of America. There's, I don't know solely. I would say that yes, the younger generations have been taught to be oversensitive to things.
Yes,
but I will say that I'm at the beginning of Gen Xer, and so I grew up with some people who were a little bit older. There were more, the end of the baby boomers. And so I don't know how much of the oversensitivity, it's like a pendulum, right? Several decades ago, we were probably undersensitive. Some of it was funny, but some of it wasn't. A lot of it depends on what your intent, what's your inflection. Are you trying to hurt someone? Or are you actually just making a joke? And unfortunately, I would say by the time we got into because if you go look at because Blazing Saddles was what, 74?
Yeah.
Something like that. There was a time when we made fun of everything, whether it was offensive or not. And part of a lot of Blazing Saddle jokes is the offense, right? That you're not, it may be offensive, but that's kind of the joke is that
dark humor.
But people are oversensitive to it. And even when the actors were doing some of especially the white actors, they said they didn't like the language. And yet you have the black actors who are like, and even Richard Pryor wrote a fair amount of that stuff. And I know he wrote a lot of Mongo stuff, but but he had a hand in some of those other things. Like he even convinced Mel Brooks, we have to say some of these things because that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
And it felt like we had a few years of balance in the 80s. But then the pendulum started swinging too fast the other way. And eventually, by the time you get into the late 90s, early 2000s, people are getting overly sensitive. And now it's like you can't make fun of anybody. So where we used to make fun of everybody, but now we can't, unless it's straight white males, you can't make fun of anybody.
Well, see, I like Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
And I like a lot of the older comedians, but the newer ones, it's just crap.
Yeah.
I haven't found.
Well, but Tommy, here's the problem with you being the youngin' though. Like, have you seen Cosby at his peak and some of the shit he did that was hilarious? Eddie Murphy and Raw and Delirious.
Go listen to Red Fox from the
Red
60s.
Fox, yeah,
from the 60s and 70s, and
oh yeah,
he'd be like Dave Chappelle is now, you know, maybe even more so. But Richard Pryor, when he got off of Saturday Night Live, you know, he even said in one of his early, not Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Well,
you know,
can't stand Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
well, now,
and yes, Nano. Hell yeah, you make fun of everybody, bro. I mean, I've said it numerous times, even in my career, the year plus on this channel. What can we go back to Mel Brooks just making fun of everybody?
Yeah,
that's when shit.
But I have to admit, I never found Andrew Dice Clay to be very funny. Rodney Dangerfield to me, sort of, sometimes sort of not. But you get someone who was that? What's his name? Not the guy who got arrested a lot in the 60s.
Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce, but
yeah.
Who was the other guy? I thought his name was Bill. He died, I want to say, in the 90s. Or he was kind of but he was a commentator. He was a little bit dark comedy, but he commentated on society. Golly dang, I can picture him. He smoked. Maybe his name wasn't Bill. But anyway, I'll have to look it up. But he was also, but see, he was one of those that at the time I was like, I found it offensive until I understood what his commentary on society was about.
Right.
You sure his name was Bill?
No, he's not.
No.
So maybe, yeah, it's not Bill Burr. I had going through because he's still alive, right?
Yeah.
No, Bill Hicks. I was right.
Hicks.
Oh, Bill Hicks. Yeah.
Bill Hicks was Buddy, baby.
So he's born in 1961. So he kind of bridged that gap between the likes of Lenny Bruce and, you know, because he probably grew up listening to Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor. What's his name? He was in the Bill and Ted movies.
George Carlin.
George Carlin.
Yep.
See, now George Carlin had his moments where he was offensive just to be offensive.
Yeah.
But he also had his moments where he was offensive but to be funny. And I think that's the difference. If some people, but now I would say people are oversensitive to.
Oh yeah.
If you can't first laugh at yourself, it's really hard to laugh at anyone else.
True.
You know, because if you got your head so far up your own butt, you can't laugh at yourself. That's a problem.
You got your head up
echo
your ass.
chambers. That's the other problem. You know, and they think that shit's got changed since the entertainment world went to shit. You know, I mean, that's the funny thing. Like us being older, we kind of saw this coming. It's not the first time we've seen it coming, but movies have been shit for the past few decades.
Yeah,
but it was really funny when it was Star Wars that kind of ticked everybody off, but pre that was Ghostbusters, right? And like the new movie came out, I haven't got to see it. I was going to go see it, but
I thought Ghostbusters came out after Star Wars.
It did.
It did.
Yeah, but really, a lot of this stuff you can see it in the 90s. Yep. You get Tipper Gore and her crusade against the music industry. And what's funny, if you want to say funny, what delighted me in many ways is it was coming from the left. It was always coming from the left. And you had Newt Gingrich actually saved the internet in the when he was in Congress because of the censorship that the left wanted to impose on the internet. And now granted, there were some conservatives too that were wanting to go down that slippery slope, but he actually, and because I was working in the library and someone had mentioned the university, you know, I'm in UT, the University of Tennessee, not University of Texas, and I was working with a bunch of liberals but not leftists, and they were annoyed that they had to essentially thank a conservative Republican for saving the internet. Now, I would love to know what they think now, because they were against censorship. I mean, like what we, almost libertarian, almost, in cap, as far as, as long as you are not actually stalking somebody
or harming them,
or causing them a financial harm that can be measured, because that's usually the key to either a libel or a slander suit, is you have to show.
You got to measure it.
You got to be able to measure the loss. So if you're doing that, because then you could be sued. I mean, you can still do it, but if that can be measured, then you could be hauled into court and held accountable. With protections for children and stuff like that, it's not a complete free for all. But yeah, that was a lot of stuff in the 90s that started to turn. And if you look at Cosby's TV show in the 80s and then look at his TV show in the 90s, there's a significant difference. And the biggest difference is men weren't, they were kind of dumb in the 80s show, but they had stuff. And then the 90s, they were really stupid.
Yeah.
The husbands were all dumb. I mean, I tried watching the second one and I went, oh, I can't even do this. And that was kind of.
They do that to any show I watch now. The father's always stupid. Why are they doing that?
Yeah, but that's been going on for at least 2 decades.
Yeah.
It depends if you want to believe the conspiracy mill or not, that it's part of devaluing the family, and that people were arguing about that in the 70s. That was starting to, Hollywood was starting to devalue, and there were a lot of conservative minded, we'll say middle class minded Americans, a lot of them entertainers, but not everybody, who were Democrats for decades. And by the time you get to Carter or or Reagan, but we'll say between 76 and 80, a lot of them changed their minds. And there was like, they're not for the middle class anymore. And I think in many ways that didn't help, because now the Democrat Party was not balanced with these conservative, some people may have been more physical conservative, but maybe slightly liberal minded socially, and all that was gone. And then as the decade and a half went on, by the time you got in the late 90s, it was pretty much, I wouldn't call it liberal, it was more leftist. And now the Democrat Party is, well, I remember when Obama got nominated in 2008, the Socialist Party of America said, well, we're done. We succeeded. We don't need to run our own candidate anymore.
Oh.
So, that's how far left it had gone.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say Clinton is a centrist, but compared to, and the people who survived that, this is like Nancy Pelosi and all these others who, it's like you listen to them and it's like, go listen to Dianne Feinstein in the 80s and listen to her now. It's like, holy cow.
So one more question. Do you think there's still, because I started following politics probably about 8 years ago, maybe 9. Has it ever been this divided?
Oh, yeah.
It has been?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, some people say it's never been this divided. It's never been.
No, there are times it's been even more divided. And you look into the, I don't know if we've ever been as politically divided as 1860. That's, Lincoln gets elected and states secede from the Union. I mean, that's about as divided as you can get.
Going close to. Because I don't want that to happen, but that's
yeah. I don't know, because when were the Watts riots? Was that 68? Well, you at the Democrat in 68. You at the Democrat National Convention. I want to say it was either Chicago or Detroit. You had a lot of riots going on because you had Vietnam was starting to get hot and heavy.
Oh yeah.
So you've had riots over wars and other things. I think now, in my view, it's the influences are actually mostly outside of the country as opposed to internal strife. A lot of this is being pushed and intensified by outside interests, whether it's Soros or China or whatever. To me, it's immaterial.
Are they wanting a war between
Yeah.
the states?
Oh, yeah. There's people who want to see a heavily divided America, so that for various reasons. Like, we're too powerful. We've been too powerful for too long. We went from being a small country to, by the time you get to the end of the 19th century, I mean, like in 110 years, we come this superpower, whereas other countries took hundreds of years to get to that level. You know, Germany wasn't unified as what we would recognize. I mean, it was still city states and other things until after the you had the Bismarck had his wars with the Prussian wars, but I forget when Germany unified. But it was before the Weimar Republic, but it was before World War One. But you still had this concept of empire and all that, but it was military, whereas we were more economic. We had a military that was slowly getting larger, but it was our economic engine that was the big thing, and that's what really helped them. And especially World War II is what really helped there. We didn't do as much in World War One. But World War II, we had this huge economic engine that could be turned over and manufacture all kinds of stuff. So I would say, in my view, I don't think we're as divided as we've been in the past, but we're definitely not unified either.
Right.
And but to me, I think no, I don't think it's any more radical necessarily. There were communist attempts at revolution in the 1930s, 1920s, and 1930s. But I mean, this is what started the whole thing with McCarthy. But in my view, that was outside too, but not as much as it is now. And I think this is why you see people like Dave Rubin and Glenn Beck, who normally would be on opposite polar ends of the spectrum, actually be allies because there's a greater threat, and that greater threat is really coming from outside the country.
Right.
And so, yes, it's leftist. It is leftist. I mean, it's neo-fascism and neo-communism kind of all blended together. But to me, there's no difference. I see very little difference. Now, granted, I know there's more than this, but to me, the only difference between fascism, socialism, and communism is who controls the means of production. It's all authoritarian, but who's controlling the means of production is the only real difference that I see. The rest of it's just, I forget who. I keep thinking it's Thomas Sowell, but I don't think it was him who said, when the authoritarian boot is on your throat, it doesn't matter if it's a left or a right foot. So. But who knows? I mean, we were very divided during the Civil War. We were very divided during the Revolution, and even afterwards, we've been divided. Which president was it that had the duel? Was it Aaron Burr?
Yeah.
You had people who wanted to assassinate Lincoln after he was elected. That's why he had to be smuggled through Baltimore, because they had laid a trap. But this was in the early stages of the Secret Service. And Andrew Jackson, there were a lot of people who wanted him because he got rid of the National Bank. So anyway, is that enough of a diatribe of an answer?
Oh yeah, that was actually more than
I got.
that was actually really
I
good.
got my wife texting me, the dogs need to get out, and but
wrap this up, Tommy.
So
yeah, wrap it up. Join us next Friday for a watch party and the best gifts to give your husband.
Damn right.
Night, guys.
Take care, all. Giddy.